full-time travel. In this day and age, it's definitely the ultimate goal and dream life. Like seriously, traveling around to these wicked places, meeting awesome, like-minded people, and generally just having a fat old time. You would think you'd be struggling to find things that you hate, right? Wrong. So very wrong. There is still plenty to hate. So we've put together the top 4 most hated things about full-time travel, and this is going to be a stonker video. So get your cup of tea and biscuit ready, or whatever strokes your artichoke, because it's going to get raw and unedited. So no more introductions, let's get to it.
Don't forget to stop by our website after this video for all your travel inspo and check out our new line of merch.
And a massive thank you to our subscribers and our partners in crime for keeping our travel dreams alive. So full disclosure guys, before we get started and nice and deep into this one, basically this is our take and our point of view and our experience over the last 3 years traveling full-time around Australia on these topics. Basically we've crammed 3 years of
into one episode
information into this one for you. So yeah, she's full on, and look, I know it's going to ruffle a couple of feathers with some people, or the ones that haven't actually started, or maybe started, and yeah, she's some hot topics here, definitely, in there.
Well, it's not always peachy, so we're just pointing out the obvious. So we're not whinging about it.
This is not a whinge by any means. No, this is just raw, unfiltered, unedited information for you guys that might be looking at starting this full-time travel. Yep. Whatever you do, it might be caravanning, yachting, whatever it is. This is not just caravan. This is full-time as a whole, around the world or in Australia, or whatever.
Very different to like just home life.
Yeah, correct.
So,
all right. So the first topic is number 4. We're going to kick off with the most important topic of all.
Relationships.
And that's relationships. So we're not talking about relationships just with me and Steph. It's kids, it's friends, it's family.
Yeah.
It's the new people that you meet on the road and everything like that. So the main thing that everyone barneys about is basically space and spending too much time together. I reckon that's more than anything else.
And for us, we're in a different category again because we do the YouTube, so it's time.
Yeah, yeah. So, but there's the relationship that you have with the people that just inside this caravan will change and differ from home.
Yeah.
So you go to work, drop the kids off at school, daycare, whatever like that, and then you might get a couple of hours at night, in the morning and afternoon, where here it is 24/7 on top of each other. You might get out for a little walk to break it up, or a drive or something like that, but you do come back
no time to yourself
into this, you know, 3x10 box or whatever like that. And we spend most of the time outside when we're not YouTubing or doing filming and stuff like that. We're outside all the time just to break up. But a little bit of background, me and Steph had a business at home and the kids were with us 24/7 anyway, so we sort of got used to it.
We had 2 businesses really.
But the word down the grapevine is, and we've heard a lot of stories where people have just butt heads. They've spent all this money on getting their setup right and everything like that, and they just can't get something as simple as like being in a space together. Like something like that is, you got to nut that out from the get-go. And one thing I'm going to say, this lifestyle will not heal a broken relationship or anything like that. So if you've got problems already, it is intensified by like 1000%. Like it is nuts, because the littlest thing can turn massive, and this minute thing can go just boof out of this world. So
100%.
And we've got the notepad of wishes and dreams right here. So I'm just ticking off as we go, because I've got Alzheimer's or something. I'm almost 40. I'm just.
So the way that we've worked out to have breaks, essentially, is like if I need to get stuff done in the van, Aaron will take both the kids, or vice versa. You might take Georgie and I'll have Wares, or you know.
And then the main thing I need to get done is obviously the editing side of things. And if the kid's here and I'm starting all the time, it just triggers stuff, and I'll just get frustrated basically. And same with Steph with the cleaning, organising, because you're a little bit OCD with keeping things neat, which is cool. I love it. It's awesome. The bed's made every day and everything like that. Everything's got a space. But if the kid's here bugging her or I'm bugging her, she just.
Oh well, if it gets to a point where it's like, you know, then I start to lose my marbles a little bit.
Yeah, and that is the the trigs. The kids seem to be a trigger point. So if you do have kids, like with couples, it's a little bit easier. Just got yourselves and whoever you meet on the road. Where the kids, same thing. It can be such a minute little thing where it's a little pinching and stuff in the background in the car and stuff, because you're traveling so much. It's happening a lot more than just 5 minutes down the road to drop them off at school or whatever. Like, you're doing hours and hours and hours of traveling. It's pinch and poke, whatever, if they get bored. And then it's just the amount of times I want to kick those little out of the car.
But then we see them sleeping, we're like, oh, we love you.
But then, it's like, it is hard with kids, like, and obviously we've done...
But we wouldn't change it either, like, honestly. Like, we think how boring it would be not travelling with the kids, but then...
We love the little grommets.
But without, I don't know.
And look...
it's just, a lot.
It is a lot, and like, we're not going to talk about the YouTube and stuff like that, but it is a lot with YouTube and stuff like that. We see...
That's obviously our decision and what we chose to do.
This is the only bit that we're going to talk about, is basically we see the couples that exceed on YouTube and stuff like that, because they can go, oh, tonight let's go up to the sunset and get a sunset and get all these cool pictures and stuff. You can't do that with kids. You can't drag them everywhere you can. It's just, they would go nuts.
It's unfair for them.
Yeah, it's just unfair. So we just do within our means.
We're literally doing this now while they're sleeping.
They're gone to bed and we're trying to do this. Like, just because if we did it with them here, it'd be just another thing. It'd be a trigger point where we just blow up at each other and we won't do it. So.
Yeah. Well, we did. We just had a Barney before about it. So, like, if we're being really raw and honest, we just had a little Barney.
We just had a Barney.
We're good now.
So moving past the kids, and talking about relationships still, meeting new friends and stuff, like, basically, like, we're at Rapid Bay at the moment. We met a cool family beside us, which is the Salty Gypsies. Loving them a bit. Yeah. But obviously they moved on, so you only get a couple of days to build up a relationship, and then they're gone again.
And they were just like 100% our people. Like, it's you meet your people and you just want to hang with them, and like, but you don't get to Then they're gone, and like. But they'll always sort of be a party, like they've invited us back to their house, and like, we'll meet again, but it's just. Yeah,
it's just hard to keep the relationship going. You don't meet them at work every day. You don't meet them on the weekend. They might be gone for 6 or 7 months before you actually, gel back again, sort of thing. So you're just like, oh, damn it, they were really cool. I wish I could. Yeah. And you don't want to impose on their travelling, and you don't want
to be a weirdo and like stalk them on their travels.
I'm going to go down that path, but you don't want to be like imposing on them, and you don't want to change your travel plans or anything like that. You still need your time apart, but it's just hard to get a deep relationship with new people, if that's probably the thing.
Yeah. And the good thing is, like, you meet people, you hang with them, but then you also need your own space. So you kind of like love
that's
being
one
around
golden
people.
rule. Do not change your plans to suit someone else. 100%.
And that's something your mum taught us, actually. She taught us that from day one when we left.
All right, so
thanks, Elaine.
Yeah. Mama. Next one is probably so family, straight to family. Yeah. Because you're out on the road full time over the other side of the country, or wherever you are in the world or whatever like that, you do miss out on some big key moments, and obviously draining the grandkids away from Nan and Pa and everything like that is a major sort of thing. So they will miss them. Obviously they don't build up a big relationship with them. They start, all you see is FaceTime and stuff like that. So that is...
But it's also hard too, because like the kids don't actually want to get on the phone. It's really hard. They get like when they're with the grandparents, they're very close. Yeah. But then on the road, they never want to talk on the phone. Because they've got so many
distractions and stuff like that. They've got cool stuff here. They've got kids to play with. They've got a beach there. They've got playground there. They don't want to grab on and just sit and talk. Like sitting and talk is the last thing they want to do. But it's upsetting
for the grandparents, because they just want to sit there and talk to them, but they won't sort of engage in a conversation. But we've heard that from a lot of families too, that it's fairly standard.
That's a hard sort of thing to... There's no way around that. That's always going to be a problem. And like, we miss out on sort of things with your family and stuff like that, with your mum and dad, and you know, big moments or key birthdays and stuff like that. Yeah. Word vomit. So basically, it is hard. Like all this with relationships thing, it is, even though it's number 4 on our list, it is a hard trigger point with trying to get your head around that. Like, a couple of weeks in, you're like, oh, everyone treats it like a holiday. But then if you're doing full time, like this is your life.
Yeah. It's hard to get into a routine with that.
Yeah, and
you can't get into a routine.
And that's when this is the next point I'm rolling into is your friends back home. Like you feel more and more distance away from them because you haven't got as much in common with them anymore. Yeah. Like honestly, we lost a lot of friends when we started doing this.
Yeah.
And then the friends that we've got, honestly, we probably only talk to like less than a handful now. All the other friends are out on the road over the other side of the country or something like that. So
yeah.
And then when you're trying to talk to them, unless they've got the same common interests as caravanning or camping or something like that, you're like...
And we find too on the road we're very positive.
Yeah.
We are very positive. Like we live in a very positive lifestyle. So everyone's really happy and uplifted and stuff. But
you come to cool places to hang out with cool people. Of course it's going to be positive. So...
and you kind of don't want to rub that into the friends back at home either. You don't want to say like you live in the dream basically. But
you don't want to say I've just camped on this beach and seen this place and seen this whale.
Because I'd probably hate those people too.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, what'd you get up to? Oh, we just had 6 days of work. Like,
exactly.
You don't want to like jam it down their throat.
I'd hate us too.
Yeah, I'd hate me. I do.
But like we say, we're not completely living the dream.
Yeah, like this is real life sort of ratio. Our life beforehand was 10% good and 90% bad.
Yeah.
And that's work and all this other snot rolled up into bad here, and 10% good, which was 10% good moments. At the moment, I reckon it's 40% good.
No way, it's more than that. It's like 70.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I reckon it's 40%. This is realism. You can't puff this up.
Oh, no. But, like, you still have really good moments. Like,
there's a lot of bad moments, too.
I'm thinking 70.
I reckon 40. So
I'd rather be doing this than me working the 9 to 5, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I get that. But it's like, this is what I mean. But I reckon it's about 40% and 60% because you've
got lots of chores to do.
You're taking into account what you got to do, upkeep your stuff, driving, filling up that, emptying poop things,
filling water up,
having barneys, wet weather days, and all this other stuff. I reckon
homeschooling.
The amount of time that you get left over, there's only 40% good and 60% shit. Yeah. Like, but it's better than 90-10. So that's a plus. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I think that's do you reckon we touched on relationships enough then?
I think so.
I think we've gone through it, like, we hit the toxic sort of thing. Yeah, the toxic relationships is the thing because we've seen so many people hit and spent so much amount of money and put so much in their commitments to try to repair a bad relationship.
Yeah.
And they think, yes, if we move away and whatever, but if they haven't spent that much of time and they're only spending a couple of hours every night and every day around each other and they're bonding, and then 24/7 at a little box isn't going to help them. So we'll move on to number 3, and this one's probably doesn't come up as often as it needs to, and it's about setting up your caravan and how much sort of effort that goes into it, and it's basically gear and equipment and how quick it deteriorates when you're traveling around Australia. And it is, for me, such a car head and looking after and polishing and cleaning the cars and everything, it is absolutely depressing. It really is. It cuts me to the bone.
People sell their houses to afford setups like this.
So they sell, like, whatever cost the house is, like up to $1 million or whatever more, and they dump, I don't know how much, a quarter or a third or a fifth.
Caravans are expensive these days.
A half, a half of the amount of money they sold on their house into this thing to have it get smashed with sea salt, dirt, dust, rocks, kids smashing in bubble gum or Play-Doh or whatever into
the seats and stuff.
Or sticky hands all over the headlining or whatever it is. Like your gear just...
Or when we've got the tint on the car and Georgie like smacks the window and then like puts tinsel in like the tint.
Oh, I'm just looking at... I was looking at today all the fingerprints on the headlining. I'm like, that's going to be such a bitch to get out. But it's basically spending all this time and effort and researching.
Memories.
And everything.
That's what we call them.
All this time and effort into getting this setup done just to have it just get absolutely pummeled by the Australian outback and salt and everything like that.
There. Like and look,
you can go cheaper options. No what about it. There is cheaper options, there's zero options, but
cheaper isn't always better.
Poor man pays twice, kicks in, and then something breaks earlier, but then you spend the money and then you see it deteriorate really quickly.
Yeah.
And the main thing that sticks in my head is, if I had my time again, was the bull bar on the car. The ARB bull bar, great bars, got a good reputation and stuff like that, but it is just rusting away basically. There's bits of corner and every chip gets rust and everything on it, and it's just, I look at it, I'm like, if I was just doing a weekend warrior sort of thing and driving around and then I could go home and wash it straight away and everything like that, it'd be sweet. But out here in the climate and stuff like that, and parking near the beach and going all these roads and dusty roads and getting smashed with chips and road trains going past, it's just getting pumped. Like, I did a couple of little bits in the Raptor liner, so where the winch goes in and out, that was just getting hammered and it flaked off and all the powder coat come off, so I rubbed it all back, etch coated it, and put Raptor coat on it. That's been sweet as. That's been awesome. And it looks actually really cool, but like, you shouldn't have to do that on certain things if you're paying like big bucks for it. And basically it is extreme wear and tear, and it was the hardest fact to get my head around that. Hey, like, and even new, like inside the van, this new van, she's been like super anal retentive about, like, don't put this there, make sure that's done, what's that fingerprint and that, but the blinds, she's like, don't touch the blinds. She's just a Nazi, man.
Oh, you're making me sound like a crazy woman here.
These things, like, if it goes like this,
people already probably think I'm
put
like,
that pen there or I'll get bloody stabbed with it. Like, if it goes like this, you can see it, like, if it's like that, she's like, who touched the blind? Like, it's just, now I'm going to have to fix that.
We can let you know.
See, this is evidence that we're doing it. Oh, no, it's all good, it's all good. See, it's night time out there, that's why we're doing it, so kids asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that sort of thing, and then the fact is, your downtime trying to repair stuff and fix stuff and breakdowns and money and everything like that.
Even in a new van though, there's still things to always like fix and repair.
But like, we're always talking to people and they're like, oh, we've been held up in such and such a place because we had this breakdown, they couldn't get the part and couldn't get this, and then we had to spend X amount of money because there was no one else and we couldn't book something and blah blah blah, and they're like, now it's put us back on our trip, this amount of money, I can't go there, and it's just, it is a pain.
It's never ending. There's always
part of travelling though. It is, but it's the one of the most hated parts about travelling as well. Fingers, touch wood, that won't happen to us much. It will happen. It will happen, but much. Never. Just a little bit, like not big, a little bit. It won't happen to us, hopefully. And hopefully this is hopefully us for quite a while now. What we've got now, I'm extremely happy with.
Oh, this is home. Like, we love this.
Yeah. It's not extravagant.
Oh, sorry.
Am I boring you again?
I just died.
Oh, have a drink. Come on. We've got to get through this. The kids are asleep.
Cheers.
Oh, bing.
We shall start.
Yeah, it's not extravagant or anything like this. A lot of people can afford what we're doing and actually do what we're doing, but keep in mind, budget, you got to keep some aside for the holy shit, something went wrong sort of thing. 100%. So just repairs and costs and everything, and servicing costs. Yeah. Because you're doing so many kilometres, the servicings just sneak up on you.
But I think you service more than what the regular person does.
But that's so things don't break down if you don't service it. And these are hard kilometres. That cruiser's working overtime, pulling this 99.999% of the time. Like, you got to service it more, and that's obviously more money, more cost, more downtime and everything like that. But you got to try to look after your stuff so it outlasts. Like, how many bloody chairs have we been through? The chairs get pumping. Yeah. Our chairs outside. You can't keep a good chair because they always fall to bits, always rust and fall and squeak.
These domestic ones last a little bit longer.
Oh,
aluminium ones.
We'll see what happens. But we've been through so much stuff, and that's just money just rolling through, you know. That's just the way it is.
Rods.
But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. And the next one is... Oh, this one's a big one. Time. This one, time. Time is the biggest factor about travelling. Full stop. You can't change my mind. That's time is hard to do, because everything that you do takes time, whether it is traveling, driving, emptying that, going into shop and everything like that.
Just the shopping even, like, it takes,
going
it's
water.
such a mission.
Like, we had to go into Adelaide today, and it was like, we're like, it's just up the road. It's like
God,
80 k's away.
2 hours there, 2 hours back.
Oh, plus.
Just to get postage.
2 hours.
It was 2 hours.
We left at 10.
Long. Yeah, no, it did take.
We left at 10. We were back at 4:30.
By the time we did all the errands, like
just
Bunnings,
ridiculous.
And,
it was ridiculous.
Some fittings for something. I can't even remember what for.
And it doesn't matter how much time you put aside, you do not have enough to see it all. And that's one thing you've got to get through. Like, if you're on a hiatus for 12 months or 18 months or whatever, you're not going to see it all.
You'd literally just burn yourself out.
Yeah, because with the time zones and the seasons and stuff like that, there is probably like 6 different areas across Australia that you can see, like in winter, and then autumn, and then summer, and that works its way up. Like, basically, you can be in 6 different places. So if you're in Western Australia,
you can still be in that place, but it might be freezing, and you might not experience it.
Yeah, like you can do it in off season, but basically everyone chases summer. Like, that's just the way it is. And like, you could be in Western Australia, and then someone could be in Victoria on the same sort of season, but like, they might be having a mad time over there. Usually it's Western Australia, like, let's be honest. And that you're in Victoria,
we'll end up there
like,
shortly.
Those mother effers are over in Victoria, like swimming with whale sharks and everything. Why am I not over there? And that's just the way it is. Like, you can't be in 6 different places at once, and you just got to choose your thing. And if you're only doing 12 months, you're going to miss out on stuff. That's just the way it is. So it's just very hard in the season, and then the weather kicks in. The weather can't be favourable, and that's one thing that you can't control.
And if you're moving too fast, you're burning fuel. Like,
I reckon the weather, out of everything,
costs you a fortune.
Like, some people are like got unlimited budgets. If they're doing 12 months, they just punch, and they see more road than anything else. But when when the weather kicks in, like, if you got go away.
I'm sorry, it's a red wine.
Jesus.
It's a red wine.
Red wine. As soon as this is over, she's gone.
Continue. Yeah.
I'm going to film a bit of her snoring tonight. You watch.
He's cutting in my Netflix time right now.
Oh, God. And then the weather is the biggest key. Like, basically, the people that are hitting at southeast Queensland at the moment, they're just getting absolutely arse pumped with, like, weather, and up in Darwin at the moment, the wet season. Like, it's going to be a late wet season and stuff like that. So it's just weather you can't predict. Like,
if you're up that way, let us know. We need to know what's going on up there.
Because we got plans to go up there anyway.
Yeah.
But like, the people that come down into South Australia know, if you hit December and early Jan and stuff like that, you got a 50-50 chance of actually getting good weather. Most of the time, you got 10 shit days and 2 good days.
But literally, we've been at Rapid Bay for how long? It's been five nights, but we're going to be here for another. Yeah,
we're just extended a little bit, because it's awesome weather. But see, if you come in,
the weather's been epic the whole time we've been here.
Like, if you come here in like second week of Feb all the way through, like, it's absolutely mint. But if you come here too early because you want to get to WA, odds are you're going to get shit weather.
Yeah.
And you can't plan for that. And it's been like that for the last 3 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just too early.
We always just roll in at like New Year's.
Yeah.
And it's like
bloody mint.
Primo weather.
Yeah, and then basically, what do we got? Oh, downtime from the burnout. So we see this a lot. Basically, if you're doing 12 to 18 months or even full-time travel, the first 5 weeks
5 to 8 weeks
is the key. So basically, you'll learn how quick you need to travel. If you're just smashing through and going boom, 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 and get sort of FOMO that you're going to miss out, you'll get burnt out and you'll start hating it.
We've met so many families just here, that are like, they tell us how long they've been on the road for, and they just look exhausted.
They look like they've aged like 10 years in like 3 weeks.
We're like, you just need to slow things down a bit.
Yeah, and that's the same advice we say to every single person. Slow down, pick your camps, try to stay.
But then a lot of them can't, because some of them only might be doing a 12-month or a six month lab. Yeah. Like, we're lucky that we've got the benefit to do it. But
you just got to hit your key points and try to stay in one spot at least 3 days.
Yeah,
one day
you literally, like you said, you're not going to cover everything.
Exactly. And then basically 1 day to unpack, 1 day to chill, then 1 day to pack up to move again, basically. Yeah. So minimum 3 days. If you're just doing one stay.
Yeah. Or pick their favourite spots and stay at them for a while.
Yeah. The next one is obviously rushing. So basically, and this is our most hated pet hate out of everything is actually booking places.
Booking places, which we've had to do lately.
I hate booking places because it puts a timeline on your travels. So basically, I just like rolling in. If you can't get in, can't get in, so be it. You go to the next one. But if you roll in, oh, can I have a couple of nights stay? Yeah, boom, and then that's your stay. But if you got a timeline 2 weeks ahead, and then you got so much distance, you're like, oh shit, I've got
obviously
to be here.
WA being an exception, we understand that whole Coral Bay area needs to be booked.
Like, so I can't wait to get to WA.
Yeah.
But the whole booking thing is just
oh, it's a shit.
Am
I allowed to say that?
No, you just said it. We can't take it back.
Can you put a beep in there?
But even waking up at 2:30 in the morning and getting on and fighting for the same space as probably 2,000 other people.
And then the whole website bloody crashes and you're just like, seriously?
And you're like, that mother took my Sam site. And then
we'll walk up there and we'll like see who they are. We'll like suss them out.
Yeah, I can't get number 2. I'll go to number 20. And it's just an absolute rush. But yeah, I just don't like...
If you know, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, if you know, yeah, definitely.
And if you go on, you'll know what we're talking about very soon.
Yeah, people are going through it. But, yeah, and obviously going through and missing a place. Like, we've been really lucky with SA. Like, we've, out of 3 years of travelling, it's 14 months. 14 months we've been in SA. We've covered... And we've still missed places. We haven't done Palubi, we haven't done Streaky, we haven't done...
Like, we've been to them, we just haven't stayed at
them.
When we say we haven't been to them, we love to experience the community. So we won't just stay there for like 1 night. We really like to... Like I said, we've been here for we're going to be here for 2 weeks in total. We've been to Rapid Bay already before.
Yeah. But we're like getting the second waves. Like, today is Friday, and there was a mass exodus of people leaving. And then there's a whole new crew coming in. We had an awesome time with a week with everyone else that were here. We made new friends and stuff like that.
Bunch of
and they've gone.
New people.
And new ones come in and we get to see it all again. We've got old friends and new friends that have come in now, so it's been awesome. So it's going to be an awesome 4 days.
Yeah.
Or whatever we want to say. We'll just move on from whenever we want. But yeah, just the fear of missing out and lack of time. So it's more for those people on a timeline sort of thing. Basically,
I know they don't
you are going to miss out on stuff.
So just pick the right areas that you want to go to.
Yeah, and like picking the right areas means booking, but that's just timelines and what you got in hand. Just make the best of it.
You want to experience like the off-grid, but then there's nothing available like on this whole Fleurieu Peninsula. There's no like real...
This is as off-grid as it gets. Unless you go to Kangaroo Island, which we've done. We've done that in the first year of travelling, and that was wicked. Like, heaps of people were like, oh, have you been to Kangaroo Island? We'll go back in a heartbeat.
Everyone's got mixed opinions on it, though, but we loved it.
But now it's just expensive. Way expensive for a full-time.
We literally did a month on Kangaroo Island, so...
Yeah, we got lucky because they were putting in those little Wi-Fi things and they weren't working.
Just at the time, we weren't doing YouTube, so we didn't film it.
Yeah, and the ranger said, basically, yeah, don't worry about it, stay there for free. So it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, we had the best time.
It was a mad dog, but, you know, it was cool. But you're still paying like $800 for the ferry, so you can't just go over for a week.
No,
it blows out the budget.
It's pretty pricey.
So, but that's, time in a nutshell is one of these things that, yes, do it while you can, but just basically think and use your time wisely with spots that you're going to do. Like, if you haven't got an infinity amount of time to do it, just... Honestly,
if you love it, you will make the time to stay on the road. And everyone does it. Everyone we meet, they're like, we're just trying to figure out a way, like, to stay on the road.
The amount of 12 mounts are, like, on the road.
There are a lot of people doing it now.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we just got to figure out we can do more than 12 months. I'm like, you'll get the bug, and there's plenty of work on the road and stuff like that, and there's ways around it, so you just got to think outside the box sometimes.
We keep saying that, but now there's so many more people doing it now, so maybe there won't be so much.
We won't be saying it too long, and like we'll be fighting over the same campsite, which we're already doing anyway.
Exactly. What are we up to?
All right, the big one, number 1. What do you think it is?
Write
the comment.
I'm like, how are they gonna answer?
Yeah, so this is the big one. This is like on everyone's mind, and it goes back to number 4. It creates most of the problems, cuts into your timeline and everything like that, and that is money. It's moolah, whatever you want to call it. It is the main thing that causes arguments.
Yeah.
Your gear, time, and it's all wrapped into one. So, and I'm not just talking about day-to-day money. It's also coming down to what if something goes wrong, or injuries,
nest egg money.
something blows up, like everyone's like, basically the times changed even since we started. Like you could get away with that $1,000 a week, and
it's expensive now.
We're finding it more towards,
even the camps have changed. Hey,
Yeah.
like the pricing of camps has gone up like a lot.
yeah.
So, for instance, the York was $150 for a whole month. It's gone up to $300, and that's still
That's a
still
100%
cheap.
rise. Like it's not like
It's still cheap.
when you think
but,
it's
like,
$300
that's just
a month. Like
Give
it's still
a
cheap.
little example.
That's a 100% rise. Like, and even like Rapid Bay here, it used to be $20. Now it's $30.
Yeah, and that's no power water or anything. Like that's just to have a little a piece of land basically.
And what I want to hit with this particular topic, which is money, is the holy shit fund. And then the holy shit fund is basically if your motor blows up, or something happens to your caravan, or the insurance doesn't pay out, or what do you do if something happens and you need temporary accommodation? That's the holy shit fund. And basically, a lot of people that we met haven't got it, and that's like they're traveling like in these remote places, and we've seen it like happen to actually travelers before, where they've got themselves in a fix, and then they've had no holy shit fund, and then all of a sudden it just, all that planning, all that time, all that effort, like sorting out your job, sorting out your equipment and your setup and everything like that, and it just goes within an instant, and now you're back home and like slogging it out back at work again. Like it just,
and let's face it, that lead up to travel, like when you're leading up and selling everything and doing it, it is hectic.
It is crazy.
Just like, let's have a think about that for a minute. How hectic. It was crazy.
It's just one of these times
if
where
you're packing up, getting ready to travel, we feel you.
Yeah, and we had a pretty horrific lead up to that sort of time as well. We rented out our place too early, got the caravan and didn't have a car, so we sat next to your mum and dad's septic system for 9 months. Like that was a chaotic, horrific, don't want to remember it sort of time, sitting next to every time your mum and dad put the washing machine on, the smells that come out of that.
Comes and we're like,
it was.
Did you fart? No. Did you fart it? No.
It was horrific. Like I'm not
Mum's doing a lot of
exaggerating.
washing.
Yeah, and they're probably watching this, but it stunk.
Yeah.
Like it was. And
it's just acreage properties. It's just the way it is.
And that was a time we were fighting every day, and like we're like, well, you got to get the fuck out of here, and then like it was just. We got to find a different car, and this is when we were waiting for the 76 Cruiser to come, and we're like, we're on the internet.
We nearly brought an Isuzu, remember? Like that was like 3 years ago.
No, that was just chaotic, but that was just money because we couldn't buy anything else. Like, and we could have like sold the house or anything like
just
this.
Before COVID.
Yeah, and it's just a hectic time, and that can just come down to money. We bought a second-hand van, and we're just trying to get within our budget and means and stuff like that because we needed that holy shit fun there still. Yeah. And that's all it come down to.
We're very lucky that we brought the right van too, and we didn't have too many issues with that van at all.
But you need to go out there. I don't know what everyone's holy shit fun needs to be. That's just a personal thing that you got to sort of sort out. But you got to think.
Everyone sort of start. I don't know.
Yeah, you need something that's going to get you by for a couple of months in a.
Are you going to say 50k or something?
I know it just needs a couple of months in a caravan park. Money if you need to replace a motor for your particular setup or. Just something to get you by for a couple of months and basically to get you out of a hole if you get in a hole, and that's all it really comes down to because look, let's be honest, inflation is bad, fuel's gone up, food's gone up, every single thing's gone up, anything for kids has gone up, like everything we look at we're like, what the hell is that amount of money? Like it's just ridiculous. It come out of the same factory in China.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just ridiculous, and it does put pressure on your relationship more than anything else there. You won't change my mind on that. It doesn't matter what you do. It is just, we fight about money all the time. Because you want to, when she wants to go and buy something, like this is new, up here. I'm like, really?
Isn't it cute?
It's another 200 grams that we've got to carry around. It looks pretty and stuff like that, but it probably, what did it cost?
Oh.
Say it.
I think it was 45, 50, maybe 55.
For this?
Between 45 and 55.
For this.
That's cute.
I know it's personalised. It says last drive and everything. That's an extra $50 that we could have spent on 5 nights at a $10 camp. you know, 5 nights in a $10 camp or something like that. That's the way I see it. And like, we've got a finance background.
Yeah, I know, but I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. Like, literally, I'm wearing the same clothes that I've had for the last 3 years. So, like,
yeah, I know.
I'm wearing Everlast trackies right now.
Oh, you don't even want to see the pants I'm wearing at the moment.
Just don't.
I might scoot this way a little bit. I usually roll around in like ripped
Lost Tribe Girl.
Stained or...
Lost Tribe Girl. Lost Tribe gear, I meant to say.
Yeah, like I wear the shirts and stuff like that, but everything else is like got holes and stuff in it because like at the end of the day we can't afford it. Go figure.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's why op shops are a good thing though.
Yeah. And the one thing that is always on our mind, and that's basically what are we doing when we finish. And this is, we haven't got a finish time, and we're not putting something in your face or anything like that we're going to finish up next week or anything like that. But
you got to think of the future.
We do have to think of the future, and basically that's...
Especially when you got kids and stuff too, you need to...
Oh, yeah.
Well, not even without kids too. Like you want to have some sort of future
rental
to work
properties.
towards.
Yeah, rental properties, starting with furniture again. Where we're going to live.
It's actually overwhelming thinking about it.
Like
I think we'll just live in the caravan forever.
Like just our rental property, when we first bought it, would rent it out for about $400 a week.
Yeah.
The now rental property for our house in that area, even though we're not charging that to our tenants at the moment, is getting closer to $800. Like
insane.
That per week. Like, I don't know how people are affording that.
Yeah.
That is insane. Like, that's, I don't know, close to someone's wage every week just gone in rental. I just don't know how people are doing it.
They're not increasing wages, let's face it. Like,
and I don't blame people getting in a caravan and tripping around Australia because I think it is still cheaper than slogging your ass off to pay off a rental property. Someone else's rental property.
Yeah.
I reckon. Like, it's just... It's absurd. Like, it's just getting out of hand or anything like that. No, I do feel for every single person in that scenario or...
Well, even for the younger generation, then, like...
Yeah.
I
do feel for you.
Unless
it's always
we
on
leave
their
them
mind.
something, like, how are they ever going to be able to afford a house?
Or even the people that are affording houses paying stupid interest rates and stuff like that. And, like, I know the people that are keen to kick in and say, look, I pay 20% and all that like that, but the house pricing was...
Yeah,
more affordable on the wage. It was more affordable per wage back in the day, even at 20%. Now it's 70%, and this per wage is just out of this world at the moment. So and it's
the
just
rates and the rates are pretty high now.
Yeah, like 7% on the house.
We're talking from finance background too, so
we've had 10 years plus in experience in finance and all that sort of
we've seen the interest rates change and
money's just getting out of hand, and I don't blame you guys for jumping in a van, jumping in a camper trailer or whatever and giving this a crack because it is a great lifestyle. You meet so many cool people out on the road and build awesome relationships, see some cool places and everything like that. And look, you only got one life. You only got one life on this earth.
But what we're trying to paint is like it's not always peachy. There's other things. There's still things you have to worry about, like in any situation, I suppose. Like whether you're at home or in a van or whatever you're doing, traveling around Australia, the world.
Yeah, this and like I said, this isn't not just dictated on caravan training, like caravan traveling. This is more any sort
we
of.
need to go to bed.
Oh no, this is about like any sort of full-time traveling where you're on a boat or anything like that. It all comes down to the exact same 4 most hated things. And like I said from the very beginning, this is our sort of take on it.
Yeah.
But I think
and everyone's... this is just leaving out like dump points, like...
Yeah.
All those little minute things.
Oh, they're just the little things that you got to do every day. You can't change that.
They're just chores.
And these are the 4 points that seem to be coming up with every single traveller we meet.
Yeah.
It's one of these 4 points. Like.
But the thing is, most of these things are just in a normal life as well.
Correct.
It's not just in a caravan life situation. We're just trying to let, once again, people know that it's the same shit.
It's the same shit, just in a different case. A little 4-walled tin case towed by a car, basically.
But a beautiful view.
with a better view. Yeah, basically. But yeah, we're not going to like stretch this out too much. This is basically our 4 most hated things in a nutshell, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and dive in.
If you want to see more of these talking ones, like throw us some questions that you'd like us to answer.
Yeah, we want to be truthful and to the facts, no editing, no BS, and basically give you guys an insight to our lives, what we deal with and on a day-to-day basis basically as well. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows and lollipops and cherries and sundaes and all that other stuff. It is hard, and the main thing that we struggle with is time. Like out of everything else, and a lot of people are going, yeah, you're full of yourself, you got heaps of time. We don't. We struggle to have 10 minutes of time with, and it look like this
literally I get no time.
Look at there. There's crap all over there. This is lucky. This is all cleaned up. We tried to clean up this before we're done, but basically the car's a wreck. Like it hasn't been vacuumed or washed in. Is that about right?
Yeah.
In about, I don't know, 3 months. To be honest, I just spat in her face. Sorry, bub. So basically, yeah, you just run out of time, and like you want to go out there and spend time and socialise with every single person that you come across and stuff like that, but you just can't. And we are sorry if we don't get as much time as we want with some of you guys that follow us and meet us on the road. Like we want to come out and spend the time with us, but we just got.
Yeah, it's not like we're trying to be rude or anything. It's just
yeah,
like,
and we try to get around and say hello to everyone.
We never get anything done.
I'm so
literally,
bad at it.
What's the time now? It's 9:22, and like that's why we're trying to do this now, just to get it out of the way, because we've had people here.
Is it Saturday now?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. So this is yeah.
So we had our mates.
And like, this video's got to go up tomorrow, so I've got to edit this whole thing and try to put it up tomorrow. That's how late this video's going.
And we've got our mates here from just vanning it. Like they rocked up. I'm like, sorry guys, we would have like filmed this tonight.
We haven't bailed on them, so yeah. We do feel bad, and we want to see you guys and actually hang out with you guys and actually be real, be honest, and yeah, just all that. And
that's it.
That's us in a nutshell. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, throw us a comment. Any questions, bang them in. We'll answer them as truth and honestly. And
we'll try to do another one of these again. And like, if you got any questions, we'll add it into the next one.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, guys. Peace out. See you on the next one.
Night.